Did you know that despite being a single country, South Africa's climate varies from desert in the west to subtropical in the east? It's a single landmass that seems to house a universe of weather conditions, a veritable playground for meteorologists and weather enthusiasts alike. Let's dive into the elements that create this unique weather diversity. South Africa's geographical location plays a pivotal role. The country is nestled between the Atlantic and Indian Oceans, with their contrasting currents shaping the climate. The cold Bengal current cools the west, while the warm Agulhas current heats the east, creating a striking contrast. But there's more. Altitude also plays a significant role. As you move inland, the landscape ascends into a high, flat plateau. This rise in elevation changes the climate dramatically, leading to the arid Kalahari desert conditions. On the other hand, the lush, humid eastern coastline, caressed by warm ocean currents, paints a starkly different picture. So, one might say, South Africa is a land where every weather condition has made its home. Now let's put things into perspective by comparing South Africa's weather to that of other countries. First off, let's take a look at countries that share similar latitudes with South Africa. Australia, for instance, is a vast continent with a range of climates. Yet, when you compare it with South Africa, you can see a striking difference in rainfall patterns. While Australia's rainfall is heavily concentrated in the northern and eastern parts of the country, South Africa receives rain across the entire country, with the most significant amounts falling in the eastern regions. Then there's Argentina. Despite being at a similar latitude, Argentina experiences a more continental climate. This means that the country sees a wider range of temperatures and lower humidity levels than South Africa, which enjoys a more temperate Mediterranean climate. But what happens when we compare South Africa's weather with countries in different latitudes? Let's take Canada and Russia as examples. These countries experience harsh winters with heavy snowfall and freezing temperatures, a stark contrast to South Africa's mild winters. In the summer, Canada and Russia can see temperatures soar, but not quite to the scorching highs that are common in South Africa. When it comes to humidity, South Africa also differs greatly from these northern countries. South Africa's coastal regions are generally humid thanks to the warm Indian Ocean and cool Atlantic Ocean. In contrast, Canada and Russia have regions that can be extremely dry, particularly in their vast northern territories. In terms of rainfall, South Africa is unique. Unlike Canada and Russia, where rainfall is spread evenly throughout the year, South Africa has a well-defined wet season and dry season. This makes for a contrasting landscape, from lush greenery in the wet season to golden hues in the dry season. As we can see, South Africa's weather stands out even when compared to countries in similar or different latitudes. South Africa's weather is as diverse as its landscape, offering a unique blend of conditions that set it apart on the world stage. You might be thinking, why should I care about South Africa's weather? Well, here's why. South Africa's diverse weather plays a significant role in shaping its agriculture, wildlife, and tourism. The country's agricultural sector relies heavily on the weather. The Western Cape's Mediterranean climate is perfect for growing grapes, making it the heart of the country's thriving wine industry. On the other hand, the subtropical climate in the east supports large-scale sugarcane farming. The weather also impacts the country's rich biodiversity. The varied climates across regions host different ecosystems, each teeming with unique wildlife. For instance, the dry Kalahari Desert is home to resilient species adapted to harsh conditions, while the lush garden route is a haven for diverse flora and fauna. For tourists, understanding the weather can enhance your South African adventure. Each season offers a unique experience, from whale watching in winter to wildflower blooms in spring. Understanding South Africa's weather can not only enhance your travel experience, but also help you appreciate the country's rich biodiversity and agricultural heritage. South Africa's weather is a fascinating subject waiting to be explored. This dynamic and diverse nation offers a wealth of weather patterns that are as captivating as they are complex. There's a universe of knowledge out there just waiting to be discovered. From the intriguing thunderstorms of Johannesburg to the serene misty mornings of the Eastern Cape, every weather phenomenon in South Africa has a story to tell. You might wonder, where do I start? Well, there are countless resources to guide you on this journey. Intriguing books penned by weather experts, enlightening documentaries that capture the majesty of South African weather, and informative websites offering in-depth analysis. So, why wait? Dive into the world of South Africa's weather and discover a new perspective on this diverse and captivating country.